We live. Hey, man, welcome back, man, to the Golden Goose DFS show. I am your host, Chandler Blakely, aka Goose, here today bringing you another edition of my starting five for Draftkings and Fanduel, alright? And before we get into my starting five, we gotta do the lineup review from the night before, man. So I got it pulled up for y'all, man. My best lineup with the updated starting five that I put out yesterday. Um, Cashed in this single entry, man. I got it pulled up right here, man. Scored 309, came in the money, but as you know, last night 309 wasn't nearly enough, man. So let's get into the breakdown right here. So coming into the slate, I thought last night would be a stars and scrubs type build, and it was, but it also was a scrubs and balance build, a however you want to build, man. It was so many guys that outperformed their projections last night. You could have went any way you wanted to go, man. All you had to do was the key to last night was just locking in Moses Brown basically, and Moses Brown and Saturansky locking in the chalk, and then just avoiding the landmines, man. It's like I said, so many guys outperform their projections, man. It's a plethora of ways you could have went last night, but let's get into what I went with right here. So the updated starting five, if you came back to the video and saw it yesterday, I went with Thomas Satoransky, Eric Bledsoe, LeBron James, Poku, and Julius Randle. So coming in, like I said, I knew Satoransky was going to be chalk. I knew Moses Brown was going to be chalk. I knew Poku was going to be chalk. So I wanted to try to get those guys in. As I liked all those guys, I knew you was gonna need some combination of them because they was all projected too well, especially for their prices. But for my starting five, I wanted to lock in Thomas Satoransky. I felt very comfortable with him. I knew he was starting. I know he's a solid producer. He's a solid NBA player, man. So he went with him at point guard. We knew he'd be a little chalky. He came in at 42%. We'll take that, man. Nice performance. Almost 10x for you, man. Gave you 31.5. The second pick in the starting five went with Eric Bledsoe, man, and here's why. The Portland New Orleans game was the highest total game on the slate, man, but they was getting no ownership. The only ownership coming in was to Zion. Basically, everybody else was going under on, man, and I thought that was a mistake yesterday. So I went Eric Bledsoe here at the 5,200 price tag, mainly as I liked his projection, I liked the matchup, and it was going to be my pivot from Emmanuel Quickly, man. Quickly was getting a lot of ownership at 5,800, so I didn't want to go. I didn't want to add more chalk to my lineup, knowing that I had Saturansky and Poku in the starting five. So I went Eric Bledsoe right here. Came in at 3% on, man. He didn't do much of anything, man. Gave us 21 DK points, man. And the thing that sucks about this, man, every New Orleans Pelicans played above their projection, except for Eric Bledsoe. Everybody, I could have picked any other Pelican. I could have picked Josh Hart, Lonzo Ball, any other Pelican but Eric Bledsoe. But that's tough, man. Like I said, I wanted access to that game. I wanted to try to get somebody at low ownership. I thought Bledsoe projected pretty well. But 21 points, man. It is what it is. We'll take that. My next pick in the starting five was Poku right here, man. Liked him. He put up a monster performance the last time out. Coming back in at 4,400, we felt like he getting a start. Felt like he should see 30 plus minutes again, man. Great matchup against the Bulls. We knew he'd be a little chalky, but I was okay with it. So I locked him in right here. He came out later, dud, man. One of the landmines I caught. Him and Eric Bledsoe was my only two landmines in this lineup that really held us down from really reaching the top of leaderboards, man. But 15, but it didn't kill us too bad because he was over 50% on, man. It's just one of those things that sometimes a chalky guy won't hurt you that bad, especially if he's super high on, and that's what happened. I think that was the case here when he came in at 52% on. Even though he did it, so many people had him. It still allowed us to get in the money by other plays, right? And my last two picks in the update starting five, I wanted to go LeBron James, man. He was the highest projected player on the slate for me. Great matchup against the Minnesota Timberwolves. I wanted to lock him in. at 27.8% ownership, basically 28% ownership. He gave us a nice performance. Second highest scorer on the slate, man. 64.5 DK points, man. You can't be mad at that. 20% ownership, not too crazy for a superstar last night. Like that performance from LeBron, right? And then rounding out the starting five, I went Julius Randle. I put him at my center spot because in my starting five, I wanted to give y'all something a little different. I wanted to pay up at the center spot because I knew that would be the a leverage bill as everybody was paying down. There was so many pay down options at center. Moses Brown, Tony Bradley, Knight from the Hawks once Capella them boys was ruled out, man. So I knew everybody would be paying down at center. So I locked Julius Randle in the starting five. I had him at the center spot for my updated starting five just to be different and try to get contrarian from the field a little bit. I still liked Moses Brown. As you can see, I had him in this lineup. But for the starting five, I wanted to go with a different bill. And at 17%, Julius Randle gave us 50.75 DK points, man. Very solid performance. Very solid performance, but nothing to set him apart. It was a tons of 50 fantasy point performers last night, right? Coming in the rest of the lineup, man. I wanted to go at small forward right here. I went Larry Nance. Knew his minutes was secure. I expected him to get about anywhere from 25 to 30 minutes. I thought no Kevin Love gave him a tremendous boost last night. There's a few extra minutes he could probably get. He came in at 7% ownership. I knew nobody would really be in this Cleveland-Miami game, and he gave us a nice performance, man. 34 DK points. Gotta love it at that $4,700 price tag. At the center spot, man, I just went Moses Brown. Like, it's a single entry. I knew he was going to be super chalk. I knew he projected well, had a chance for a big performance, and he crushed last night at 52% ownership, man. If you didn't have Moses Brown last night, it was probably tough for you to cash, even though you could have got around it because of a lot of other solid performers. But Moses Brown was just an easy answer key, man. You just locked him in and built around him last night. As long as you avoid those landmines, I'm sure you did pretty well. And then my last play in this lineup, man, went Brandon Ingram. You see, we got him here at 7.4% ownership, man. Gave us 41, which is okay for this price tag, but we definitely needed more last night. But you can see what I'm saying with the ownership right here. 7% for Brandon Ingram. All the Pelican guys, like I said, was coming in under-owned, man, except for Zion. So I just wanted to get pieces of that game since it was the highest total on the highest total on the slate by at least 10 points. So went there. He gave us a nice performance. I was really hoping for overtime, but there you have it, man. My updated starting five lineup. Cash last night 309, but it was a monster scoring performance last night for a bunch of guys, man. I hope you guys had a solid night and finishing some money. Let's move on to tomorrow. We got a monster 10 game. Let's see what I got cooking for y'all. While I'm headed that way, man, please hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, man. It just greatly appreciated, man. It really helps me out, man. And if you would like the content and you enjoying what you're seeing, man, please hit the like button for your boy. It's greatly appreciated, all right? All right. Coming in today on this monster 10 gamer, man. Looking what I got for y'all right now. At the top, at point guard, man, I want to go Kevin Porter Jr., man. 6,800. He's probably going to be a little chalky, but I just think he's a very good player, especially at this price tag. His price dropped 200. He was 7K last night. Now, we're expecting Victor Oladipo to rest tonight. John Wall should be out again, man. It should be the Kevin Porter show, man. He should have free reign. He's going to have a lot of playmaking opportunity, a lot of ball handling opportunity. His usage should go up, man. He's going to direct the offense. And if they plan to stay in anywhere close in this game, man, Kevin Porter Jr. is going to have a big performance. And I think he's poised to do so, man. He's been very solid since playing for the Houston Rockets, man. Very, very solid. Averaging 40 DK points, man, since he's joined the team, man. And at 6,800, if he just hit his average, man, you're looking at 7x right there. I think he goes above and beyond that tonight. I love this matchup. I just hope his ownership isn't too crazy to make me get away from him. But I like Kevin Porter Jr. tonight at point guard. At shooting guard, a guy I'm going to go with, man, Tyrese Halliburton, man. Right back to the well, man. He burned me the other day, but I want to come right back to him in this matchup, especially against the Washington Wizards. The highest total on the slate, man. And the reason why I like Halliburton, one, it allows me to get access to this game. Like I said, the highest total on the slate. And it allows me to get access while being a little different, because I'm pretty sure he's not going to draw that much ownership. I got to pay attention to it, but he hasn't been he hasn't gave us any good performances since returning, and he's been on the minutes limit. But his minutes has been creeping up, man. If you look at 2 games ago, he had 24 minutes. Last game out, he went to 28. I'm expecting to see over 30 minutes tonight, man. And with Marvin Bagley being out, I think that helps his minutes increase, the potential of minutes increase, and his usage. So I'm looking for him to get a lot more runs, especially and take advantage of this matchup against the Washington Wizards in the highest total game on the slate. All right. Coming in as small forward, man, a guy I want to look at is Will Barton Jr., man. He just continues to play well, and they continue to not raise his price. So if that's the case, man, I think you can just keep locking him in, especially at this 5,400 price tag, man. He's been very solid last couple of outings, man. I like him in this up-pace matchup against the Charlotte Hornets. You know, Ball is going to push the pace, so it'll be a few more possessions, a few more shots for Will Barton. I like him in this matchup right here against the Charlotte Hornets. Coming in at power forward, man, Mr. Morris Sr. for the Los Angeles Clippers. We saw him move into the starting lineup for Batum last time out. They say that's going to be the case going forward. And if so, man, I like him at this 4,100 price tag. Should push right at 30 minutes. In his environment against the Dallas Mavericks here, man, 4,100. I just think he's a nice, solid value, man. You'll be hard-pressed to find better right now as I look at the slate. But, you know, as the day go on, the news come out, some other plays might open up. But I like Marcus Morris Sr. right here in this matchup against the Dallas Mavericks. And coming in at center, man, the guy I want to take a look at, Domantas Sabonis, in this matchup with the Brooklyn Nets, man. I love this pick, man. I love the matchup, man. You remember I told you guys the other day, take Julius Randle against the Nets, and he gave you, if you did, you saw he gave you a monster performance, man. I knew he had too much size at the power forward, and he could be able to have his way down low with the Nets. Well, Domantas Sabonis and Julius Randle are the same exact player, man. So it's just like you getting Julius Randle versus the Nets part 2, man. I like him in this matchup. I like the price on him. He has too much size for them at the power forward. So like I told you the other night with Julius Randle, that you probably would see more Jeff Green because they needed the size, and Jeff Green had a nice game. Same thing applies today, man. You expect Jeff Green to get some more run. I'm probably gonna like Jeff Green as another value play. They're gonna need him to try to guard Domantas Sabonis, but I like him in this matchup, man. I think he could use his size advantage down low and give us a nice performance, man. The only hindrance I may have is Caris LeVert being in there, taking away some of his usage, but I still think Sabonis give us a solid performance at this 9,400, all right? There you have it, man. My starting 5 on DraftKings today. Kevin Porter Jr., Tyrese Halliburton, Will Barton, Marcus Morris Sr., and Domantas Sabonis, all right? Let's go take a look at FanDuel and see what I like over there for y'all today, all right? Coming in on FanDuel, man, at the top, I want to look at Ben Simmons. I like this matchup right here against the Milwaukee Bucks. 7,900, man. Listen, I know Ben Simmons has not been giving the monster performances with the couple of games that Embiid has been out, but hey, listen, 7,900, man. That's a risk I'm willing to take for a guy who has triple-double upside, and they're gonna need him in this matchup against the Bucks, man. The Bucks are he should have a nice advantage. I don't know if they're going to put Giannis on him, but if they don't, whoever checks him outside of Giannis, man, he's going to have a decisive advantage over. They're going to need him to score, man. It's a pretty solid total on here. The Bucks are only favored by 6, I believe, 5 or 6, so they're expecting it to be kind of close, man. And the only way that happens is Ben Simmons and Tobias Harris put up a good game. I know everybody's going to be going back to Tobias Harris, especially over here on FanDuel, but I want to try to get a little different and go Ben Simmons here, man, expecting him to have a big one. So, looking at Ben Simmons, I like him in this matchup against the Bucks. Coming in as shooting guard, chalk player of the day on FanDuel, more than likely, man. Caris LeVert, man, 4,400. Not much needs to be said, man. Like I said, great total on this game. Match up against the Nets. You can go a little revenge narrative, whatever you want to do, but he's going to project too well for this price tag, man. Just don't even fight it. Just try to get different somewhere else and go Karis LeVert tomorrow, the shooting guard on FanDuel, right? Coming in at small forward, want to stay with Kevin Porter Jr. A few $100 cheaper over here on FanDuel. Should be his show, man. I just told y'all he's gonna have all the ball handling duties with no John Wall and no Victor Oladipo. It's gonna be up to him to create shots, man. I'm expecting a big game from him in this matchup against Golden State. Coming in at power forward, staying with the man, Domantas Sabonis, man. Hey, I just told you, it's Julius Randle part 2 against the Nets, man. Get you some Domantas Sabonis tomorrow. And coming in at center, man, guy won't take a look at Richaun Holmes, man. He's back up to his old tricks as his minutes is solidified for the Sacramento Kings here. Especially should be solidified with no Bagley tomorrow. So he could see 30 to 35 minutes barring any foul trouble. And at 6,900, you're going to want to take advantage of that, especially in the highest total game on the slate, man. You know Washington defense is lackluster. I think he has an advantage over all the Wizards center, man. He's a little too quick of feet down there for the Lens and the Lopez's of the world, man. I'm expecting him to have a nice double-double in this matchup, right? There you have it, man. My starting five for FanDuel today. Ben Simmons, Karis LeVert, Kevin Porter, Domantas Sabonis, and Richaun Holmes. Get you some exposure to these guys. Get them in your player pool, man. Remember to check back to the video about an hour or 30 minutes before lock for the updated starting five, man. That's going to do it for me here today. Y'all know the motto. Chances make champions. Y'all green up. I see y'all tomorrow, all right? Let's go.